Hi everyone, and welcome to the Free Range Diva. I'm Cheryl, and I want to talk to you today about mineral and powder foundations and how to make them work on more mature skin. I'm 62, just had my birthday a few days ago, and I have had the usual issues with my skin and with mineral makeup in the past. Things like pores being highlighted, caking and highlighting lines, difficulty getting coverage. And I have practiced and tried a lot of different things, and I have come up with some tips that I think will be useful if you'd like to delve into mineral makeup, like if you've done it in the past and it hasn't worked, or you want to try again. Quickly, why mineral and powder foundations? So the advantages are, of course, they're a very clean, natural product, usually, containing minerals and things like starches and rice powders, grain powders and things like that, that generally don't irritate the skin, which is another advantage if you have sensitive skin. They also have a finish that makes your skin look like skin, only better, only more soft focus. I love the satin finish that you can get from a lot of these powders. So you just look look better and prettier in a more natural way. Because they do have minerals like titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, most of them offer some SPF protection. They're also a healthier choice for skin that has issues like acne, rosacea, is ultra sensitive, and because they don't contain water or oils or anything like that, they have a very long shelf life. So that's why I like mineral makeup. And my first experiment with this type of makeup was Bare Minerals. I'm sure you've all tried it. And I did have a couple of issues. First of all, Bare Minerals, although it is a natural mineral product, it contains something called bismuth oxychloride. I believe that's how you say that. And it is a known allergen, and many people can't wear Bare Minerals because it makes them itch. Well, the thing that makes them itch is the bismuth. So the products that I'm going to talk about today don't have that in it. The other thing that I did not like about Bare Minerals is that it's very, very shiny. You have to use a setting powder, and the Mineral Veil that comes with it is a beautiful setting powder, and really once you put that on, it makes your makeup look really, really pretty. So so I experimented with Bare Minerals a little bit, and then found this product from IT Cosmetics. This is their Celebration Foundation. This rates a 4, I believe, on EWG, so it's not the cleanest. It does have synthetic things in it like retinol palmitate and other, at least the last time I looked. It did have some unnatural synthetic ingredients in there. However, I'm sure you all have seen this product demonstrated on TV, and it's touted to cover anything and everything. So the problem that I had with this is that I could not get it to give me a decent coverage. The shade match was close enough. This was tan. Yeah, this is tan. And if you've seen this demonstrated on television, I'm sure you've seen, when they put it on, there's powder flying everywhere because they put it on really, really heavy. And when they bring in close-ups, especially on the older models, you can see lines being in pores. And so I wanted to get coverage, but I did not want that look because it looks like a mask if you put it on too heavy. They also include a brush with it, and this is it right here, that's great for getting a lot of product on in a little amount of time. But again, I didn't want a lot of product because cakey, pores, mask. Okay, so this little product, when I had, for those of you who maybe knew, I had a massive allergic reaction and had to throw out everything, all of my personal care products, because everything was burning my skin. However, this I was able to continue using, and I took this powder with me to a film shoot and gave it to the makeup artist, and they used a damp sponge, not a beauty blender, just a regular old, like those white sponges you can get in Ulta, and stippled it on, blended it in, and it was flawless. And there was no caking. It was just, and the coverage was fantastic. I mean, it literally, I'd never seen my skin look as beautiful as it did after she applied this powder. Now, the problem with using it is that if you look, with doing it that way, is that if you look right here, the foundation has hardened, and this little spot, you can't use it. So that's kind of the downside with using like a damp sponge like that. But I've come up with a solution, and I'll get to that. I think I'm gonna just zip through all the foundations I've used, and then give you some tips about application and prepping the skin and stuff like that. So my number one all-time favorite mineral foundation is the Satin Matte from Alima Pure. This foundation gives you that satin matte finish, and unless you have oilier skin, you don't need to set it. If your skin is normal to dry like mine is, it's just one step. It gives you that natural, beautiful, lit from within glow. It diffuses everything, so it gives you that soft focus finish. It does it all. The only thing that this doesn't do is it's not that great of a finishing powder, because the texture, I'll put a little bit in the lid. These are all going to look alike, so if this gets tedious, I'll stop doing it. But you can see the texture is not as finely milled as some others, although it is very, very good. It goes on like a dream, so you don't have to worry about that. But I have used this as a finishing powder, and it's not my favorite, I'll put it that way. But in a pinch, yeah, you can, if you just want to touch up with it, you can certainly do that. This comes in 45 shades, so if you can't find a match in Alima Pure, you're not human. 45 shades. So the price is $28, and that is for 0.23 ounces or 6.5 grams. The ingredients in here are titanium dioxide, zinc oxide, and mica. This is the cleanest of the cleanest of the clean. So it's not that expensive. It lasts forever. I've had this one for, oh my gosh, a year and a half maybe, and there's still plenty of product left in there. So Alima Pure is you can find them, I'll actually link everything below where you can find all these products. I have notes down here, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. Next up is a good budget option for the Alima Pure. This is the base from Everyday Minerals. I have a couple of samples here because you can go to their website and they'll send you a sample kit that includes, I think, 2 to 3 shades of your foundation and primer and just a bunch of stuff in their little sample kit. But I got 2 shades. And I am wearing one of them today. I'm wearing the golden medium shade in the jojoba base, which is a little bit light. I found that I am a better match for the golden tan. But the nice thing about Everyday Minerals is that you get 3 different types of bases. You get the matte finish, the semi-matte finish, and the jojoba base. Now I'm wearing the jojoba base today. And I got the semi-matte and the jojoba to experiment with. And of the 2, I like the jojoba the best. On me, the semi-matte, I put it on a day when it was very humid, very hot, and it was very shiny. I tried it again on a less humid day using the primer, and it was much, much better. So just be aware, you can get a good finish with the semi-matte, and if you have drier skin or a cooler climate, then it will certainly work for you. If your skin is really dry, the jojoba is a little more moisturizing, and the finish on this one is very similar to the semi-matte because you still got that semi-matte satin finish. So this is a really good, I'll show you, that is what the shade looks like. This is a loose mineral powder. It retails for $15 for 0.17 ounces, 4.8 grams, and it comes in 24 shades and 3 different formulations, as I said before. And this is very finely milled and very soft, and it makes an excellent finishing powder. Next up, Jane Iredale. I'm not going to talk too much about this. You've seen it before. It comes in a compact, so if you want, if you don't like the mess of a loose powder, this is a great option. Jane Iredale also makes a loose mineral base as well, although I haven't tried that one. But this is like the workhorse for me. It gives you it has it's not as finely milled, the texture, as say the Everyday Minerals one, but let's see. Yeah, it feels a little bit rough, especially in the pan here, but once you get it on, I'll show you, it is very soft once you get it on the face. The finish on this is more glowy than the Alima Pure. So you have a little more of that lit from within glow. If you have oily skin, you will probably need a finishing powder with this. I tend to put my finishing powder in the oily areas that I can get, like on the nose, on the forehead. This is certified, certain shades of this are certified SPF 20, others are certified SPF 15, and this comes in 24 shades. It costs $42 for 0.35 ounces, and you can buy just the pan itself and and not get the compact along with it, or you can buy both. I picked up a sample of the 100% pure fruit pigmented foundation powder. This shade is in Golden Peach. This is it right here. This has the longest ingredient deck of anything that I'm going to talk about today. It has the longest ingredient deck of any foundation I've ever seen. There are dozens of flower and fruit and essential oils in this. Now I will say that it is really, really soft. It's very creamy. It's finely milled. It would make a beautiful setting powder. The first ingredient is rice powder, so it's got that really, it really gives you that soft, sort of diffused look that minimizes your pores. This is 12% titanium dioxide and 7% zinc oxide. This comes in 7 shades, and I was able to find a match. This is an excellent match, this Golden Peach shade that I have here. And unfortunately, I was going to wear this today in this, for this video, but I put it on, and after about an hour, my skin started tingling, and then it started really got very uncomfortable, the tingling did. So I finally had to take it off, and I'm sure the reason why is because of all those ingredients that are in it. So it's a beautiful foundation. If you can wear it, because like I said, it just looks gorgeous on. If you have sensitive skin, you're probably going to want to give it a pass, or at least get a little. I got this sample from Integrity Botanicals, so there are ways that you can get a sample of this. This costs $40 for 0.32 ounces or 9 grams of product. And this is a compact, a pressed foundation. It's not a loose. So if you, don't like the loose, then again, I wish if I could wear this, I would probably buy it. That's how much I like it. So, and then my last, I want to give an honorable mention because I don't have this foundation with me. It's the Zuzu Luxe Dual Powder Foundation. And I have swatched this many, many times at Whole Foods. And the problem is they have 7 shades. None of them come close to me, unfortunately, because this again it's kind of a budget version of the 100% pure. It's very, very finely milled. It has a soft, creamy texture. It doesn't have nearly as many ingredients in it. The finish is satin. And on the website, they actually recommend that you apply this with a sponge. A dry sponge if you want a more matte finish, and a damp sponge if you want a fresher, dewy finish on this powder. It has avocado and jojoba in it and coconut extract, so I think that's what gives it its very creamy texture. I'll put a picture of it up, but it costs $30 for 0.32 ounces or 9 grams. And it makes an excellent finishing powder as well. So if you're in a Whole Foods and you see the Zuzulux display, give a test to this powder and see if you have a shade match that works for you, and if it's something that you might, because I think it, again, if it worked for me, I would have bought it by now. Okay. Just came in from outside where it's hot and humid, and I'm a little bit sweaty and probably a little bit glowy, checking myself in the mirror. But you can see how this foundation is holding up in the humidity, which is not a lot of shine. Not a lot of shine. So tools are everything. Bad tool, good tool. Too dense of a brush, just the right amount of fibers so that when you use this, you deposit too much product. You end up with too cake and highlighting all the wrong things and a mask-like look. So this is a beautiful brush, by the way. It's extremely dense and is really good. I like to use this now for liquid foundations, but this is not a good choice for a mineral foundation. This is not a good choice for a mineral foundation either, because even though this is a powder brush, this is way too loose. This is from Real Techniques. It's their powder brush, and this will send powder everywhere. You will never be able to get the kind of coverage. It's too soft here. So here is a brush that is my holy grail foundation brush for this type of product. This is from Terry Miyahira. It's the 04. I do not remember the name of this, but you can find it on her website. This is very pricey. This is pricey. However, she always has sales and special events, so sign up for her. Go to her website and sign up for whatever you can sign up for, because her brushes are excellent. And this one is dense, but it's not too dense. It's still got movement. However, and when you push it this way, it's got enough structure so that it doesn't, collapse when you push it into the skin like this. This is what I use to apply the foundation I'm wearing today, and most times this is the brush I'm using. Another brush that I can highly recommend is the Bobbi Brown Kabuki brush. Beautiful brush, delivers exactly the right amount of product, and it's one that I would love to have in my collection, and I think I'm going to have to price it the next time I'm in the department store. However, if you want a bargain option, last time I was in Target, there was a makeup artist there, and I asked about the brush that she would recommend for mineral foundations, and this is it. This is the e.l.f. It's called the Selfie Ready Foundation Blurring Brush. And you can see here, again, it has a very similar type of movement to the Terry Miyahira brush. It's a little bit smaller, so you're going to have to, work a little harder to get everything on. But I also tried this yesterday, and this brush works fantastic. And it's $6. You cannot do better than this e.l.f. blurring brush. Now, as far as technique, first of all, the canvas. Your skin needs to be exfoliated, it needs to be hydrated, and have a good moisture layer on it. I like facial oils. I like, today I used, if you've seen my morning skincare routine, that's exactly what I did today. If you have drier skin and you can swap out your moisturizer for a facial oil, I did that. Let's see what. In the Face Mask Alchemy video. If you use a primer, if you have, for whatever your issues, whether it's a mattifying primer or something to smooth out texture, go ahead and use it with this. Tinted moisturizers are also really good for using underneath powder foundations, because you can use less of your product that way, and you're getting a layer of moisture. So exfoliated, hydrated, moisturized. Then technique. Now, as I said earlier, the makeup artist that applied the IT Cosmetics foundation on me used a technique whereby she used a damp sponge to apply it. Downside being it kind of ruins your compact. So if you don't want that, I'm going to show you a demo of me applying this. You load up your brush with product and then spray on a mist to dampen your brush, and then apply it that way. Once you get your, obviously tap off the excess, not too much product, and then you'll want to take that damp brush and push it into the skin. And when you do that, you are then applying a good amount of product at the same time that you're also applying a good amount of moisture. For mists, I like any kind of hydrating toner, rose water. I don't like water unless you're very oily, because water can be a little bit drying. But after you've pushed it into the skin, then you can buff in, another layer on top if you like. And you can continue to layer up as much as you want to build on that first initial layer that you put on until you get the amount of coverage that you need. Another way that I like to apply this is by using a spot concealer. If you have like a little breakout or just a little area where you want to have a little extra coverage, use a good spot concealer on those areas, and then buff your makeup on top of that. So that's all I have today. I hope this was helpful. I hope you'll give mineral makeup a try. Many of you compliment me on my skin all the time. Well, most of the time, I'm using a mineral foundation. So everyone, if you found this video to be helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already so you won't miss my next video. And until I see you again, everyone, take care, have a great day, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye!